Two men walked into a mosque in San Diego on Monday with Nazi symbols on their weapons, camouflage on their bodies, a manifesto, and a live stream rolling. They killed 3 people during one of the holiest weeks in Islam. Every major outlet is calling it a hate crime, and every report describes the attackers as teenagers. If 2 Muslim men had walked into a church or a synagogue or anywhere else with a manifesto and a live stream, ask yourself honestly, would anyone be calling them teenagers, and would anyone just be calling it a hate crime? Here's what happened. The Islamic Center of San Diego is the largest mosque in the United States. It also houses a school. 140 children were inside when the attack began. Amin Abdullah, the mosque's security guard, engaged the shooters in a gun battle, activated the lockdown system, and called it in on his radio. He was killed. Mansour Kaziha and Nader Awad ran toward the gunfire to draw the attackers away from the building. They were also killed. Every one of those 140 children survived because these men gave their lives. Media outlets reviewed the attacker's 75-page manifesto. They called themselves the Sons of Tarrant. They named their manifesto after him, and they called him their hero. Brenton Tarrant is the white supremacist who attacked 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand in 2019 and killed 51 people. He was immediately and universally called a terrorist. The San Diego attackers modeled their attack on his. Same targets, same ideology, and the same live stream. They wrote that they wanted Muslims exterminated, and they called for a race war. And they are being called teenagers. Tarrant was called a terrorist. His self-declared heirs are being called teenagers with a hate crime. The mosque's own imam stood at the vigil and said, quote, "Hate speech leads to terrorism. Hate speech leads to extremism. The victims are using the word. The coverage is not. If the word terrorism only applies when the attacker is Muslim, it was never about the act. It was always about who committed it."